The sea shanties were a nice surprise. Hello everyone, welcome back to Picture This, the best picture movie review show hosted by the person that's seen the least amount of them. It's week 8 or something, adrift in a sea of movies. My name is Alex. I can't swim, so I'm in danger this week. With me is a certified seaman, Jack Pinchuk.
I don't like that.
Also joining us, not wearing his top hat, is Matthew Chen. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that joke. Adelaide Spence still could not be here with us as their torture of international waters are not yet at an end, but we do have Caleb Cahill.
I'm back, bitches. What's good?
The bitch is back.
2 in a row, right? We get 2 fine movies in a row. Is that what happened?
Are we gonna call That Happened One Night and this fine movies, or are we gonna call them immaculate cinema like they are?
Can we pull up GoHo's rating?
Sure. You can bring up my rating right fucking now, baby.
Do it. It's fine.
I give this shit 4.5 out of 5. This is almost a perfect film for me. I think this was incredible. I think Mutiny on the Bounty, I had very low to no expectations. And then I came into this thing and I was blown away by an ensemble cast that I think is all on point, to the point where like bit players in the crew I think are like standouts. I think that it has a kick-ass screenplay where like it like the way I've never read the book, so according to the conversations I've had with Boatman, it is a like great translation of the book into a film. I think the script is banger. I think that Frank Lloyd should have won Best Director for this and not goddamn Cavalcade. The guy who made Cavalcade being able to deliver this blows me away. I'm a sucker for a sea epic. You know me. I love the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movies to death. And I think that this gives me all the same feels as a lot of those Pirates of the Caribbean movies do, where it's just big ocean epics. And I think that's the perfect word to describe this. It flew by. This runtime was done before I knew it was over. The only reason why I gave it a half star off is because of a couple of elements that I don't entirely love, but I still think are good. I think this movie is great. I loved it.
Do we have Adelaide's ranking?
Yes, we do. Give me one moment. Adelaide gave it 3.5.
Okay.
I mean, they're a horror, so.
Matthew's rating?
Well, they liked it, at least.
Matthew's rating is a 4.
Fucking yeah, Matthew, baby, let's go!
Jack?
I literally just changed my rating as Coho was talking because I get why Coho docked it a half star. I didn't. It's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, baby! Let's go,
I
Jack.
love the hell out of this movie. I think this screenplay is fucking incredible. I love the screenplay. I think that Charles Laughton is terrifying. He is a terrifying villain, absolutely an all-timer of a villain, and I can't wait to rewatch this movie because his performance is incredible. But not only him, Clark Gable as Christian, as I can't remember his first name. It starts with F. I can't remember.
Fletcher.
Fletcher, thank you. Fletcher Christian, absolutely deserving of Best Actor. I know that they didn't have Best Supporting Actor, so I would have given it to fucking Charles Laughton. But if they had Supporting Actor, Clark Gable should have won Best Actor. Charles Laughton should have won Best Supporting Actor. And the whole reason we got Best Supporting Actor is because no one won for this. So
yeah, like this was the only movie to receive 3 nominations for Best Actor, and so this is why the Supporting Actor Oscar was like created afterwards.
Right.
But
you can understand where they're coming from by nominating all 3 as the best lead actor, because like Mutiny on the Bounty, all 3 of them have pretty equal screen time. I think Byam is pretty easily of the 3 a supporting player, and I can understand an argument to do a double lead for Laughton and Gable, but I would put Laughton in supporting. If nothing more than to just give the man an Oscar and not have to split it with Gable. So both should have Oscars. I'm glad they both have an Oscar. So they both deserve an Oscar.
We're gonna get to my rating here in a bit, but
Here
there's
comes
an
the
order
half star.
to these things. Our very own beloved, sure, Adelaide is not here. And that, I mean, we're just gonna bring up the clock here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How many
we're gonna
times
do
can I
this.
show on Chicago? I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
you
find
could
another
attack
movie.
like.
What should I attack, guys? You tell me what movie this week. I'll get vicious with it.
Yeah. Why don't we do?
Oh, do I bring them in?
What?
Do I bring them in?
Who?
Oh, is the they here?
The they is
Who's here?
here.
Oh, then yeah.
Are you
We could
gonna
just skip a
shit-talk
segment.
movies without me?
We were about to start
I
shitting on your
landed
movies.
in this fucking country half an hour ago, and I'm not gonna hear you slander great fucking movies.
I was gonna shit on West Side Story again. God,
I was gonna shit on Mamma Mia.
Damn
Here
you.
we go again.
Well
Again.
then, the
I was gonna do
crew is
Twilight.
back together again.
Honestly, this is real talk. Everyone is like getting a live reaction to us seeing Adelaide Spence's face for the first time in like 3 weeks.
we've not seen each other in some time, so
Can't
And
believe
you
you're
know
actually
what,
on
Mo?
call.
you were late though,
No,
so
man.
we're probably still gonna do it. Everybody
We're
pick
like,
a movie.
We'll give it 15 seconds to say we're late.
We'll do 15. We'll do
Wait,
15.
I have a joke prepared.
All right,
Oh,
do the
okay.
joke.
Ho-ho,
while I
not only
find
have
it.
you missed me,
Good
you
joke.
can like me more because I have sports in the background.
I can't believe you have sports in the background. Actually, that's
That's
insane.
fucking Jake Peavy right there.
Hmm?
You fucking wore that for the Jackie Robinson Memorial game.
okay. You know what? I would respect.
Boom.
Oh, that.
And because of that, I won't slander Rachel Ziegler today.
Yeah.
Thank you, because she doesn't deserve to be slandered. You whore.
Right, and she's better than fucking Cindy Flanagan.
That is correct.
Um,
That is correct. That is a correct statement.
Oh,
Man, you know what? I gotta slant. Why the fuck did you watch the 2019 Charlie's Angels? Wait,
because
what?
I like that movie, Mr. Coho. I like that movie.
Because I told everyone, hey, send me a movie, and 4 of you fuckers did. The one who missed was Bar. Everyone else, I watched their shit.
I was so confused. All right.
I like that movie, and I saw it this morning and logged it instead of the Creed movies because that's what kind of person I am.
But you,
Um,
I gotta see what you rated so I can tell you say you're stupid.
All right, I got my movie. I got my movie.
Yeah, sure.
Holy shit, you have that high on your Disney ranking.
What?
Oliver and Company. I'm talking about Oliver and Company. It's number 10.
Objectively, is it amazing? No, but it's a
There
it
lot
is.
of fun.
That's
Is it
there
good
it
in
is.
any way?
Scully,
Absolutely
I
not.
told you, I'm not gonna watch a fandom movie on a plane.
But The
I fell
Rocketeer is so good.
I'm not going to retain it. I fell asleep during The American President. That shows that I was not present today.
Oh man, if you fell asleep during the American President, I don't trust your 3.5 star rating.
That's why I'm saying I was fucking tired.
Okay.
Y'all let me know when we have movies picked
But I
out.
fell asleep.
I got mine.
Okay.
I got mine.
I have mine.
Okay, so we're gonna just put 21 seconds on the clock, and we're just gonna light up some movies. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Rosamund Pike is one of the worst
Best
best
Actions
actors nominated
8
of all
at
time.
4
Gone
stars,
Girl,
Adelaide.
Mediocre, I feel. Gone Girl does not deserve any of its Academy
Sure,
Award,
you
Love,
know
or
you
nominations,
get
or to be
first
remembered by David
and
Fincher in
4
any way.
stars
It's
because
worse
you're
than
attracted
Mank.
to
It's worse than
Not
Curious
all
Case of
of
Benjamin
it.
Button. It is the worst film David Fincher has
Outside of
ever
the
made because it doesn't
no
hold up in
one
any way.
wants to be
Carrie
attracted
Coon
to
should have won the Razzie.
I mean,
Ben Affleck
honestly,
should have won the
you can't
Razzie.
really-
Rosamund Pike should have won the Razzie.
That's a real shame.
We need to turn down Ko's mic next week because I can't hear anyone except for his bullshit take. He doesn't even believe that Gone Girl's that bad. That's just all
Sure.
I've heard.
Listen, last week I shit on, or 2 weeks ago I shit on West Side Story 2021, and I love that movie.
Yeah,
I'm not above stooping to the level of shitting on movies
I'm
that
not
I
above
like.
stabbing myself in the foot if it means it stabs yours too.
Exactly.
I shit on La La
That's
Land.
fact.
It's my second favorite movie. So
Wait, were you talking about La La Land?
Yeah, what did everybody
Not
do
this-
this week?
Oh yeah, Matthew, La La Land is shit. High five. Yeah.
Why the fuck? would you-
Ignore what's Chicago's right. I think.
Yeah,
now.
we do need to find a
Yes.
way to like jack everyone else's microphones up because I have like my mic and I'm talking and I I like have started to slow down so I can hear what everyone else is saying. But then it's like to the point where like we get done and I listen to it back on playback. I'm like, I can't hear whatever the fuck Matthew's saying at all.
Okay. So that's a good point. It was 21 seconds. We can say what we said again, just not as we can edit this out. I kind of went in on Ocean's 8. I think that Adelaide only has that movie at 4 stars because they are in fact attracted to most of the leads. James Corden notwithstanding.
He's not a lead.
Sure. Because no one could be attracted to James Corden. It is the official stance of this show that no one could possibly be.
It is the official stance of this show that James Corden should never work in Hollywood
James Corden
again.
is in a Best Picture winner. We are not reviewing that movie.
He is not in a Best Picture winner.
He could be in 2022, so you never know.
He's the stand-up performance in a movie he's not in.
Jack,
Listen,
if
he is the stand-up performer of whatever wins Best Picture in 2022, then we will cancel the show before we talk about this year's Best Picture winner.
Yeah.
Thank you for making it all the way to 2020. Okay, Jack, what did you rant about?
Yeah,
This, minute or
I
two
mean, I just picked
Curious.
her because I haven't seen it. So
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And yet you've seen Gone with the Wind. I'm not gonna let you.
yeah,
get away
I've
from
seen
this.
Gone with the Wind. It won
You're
Best
an idiot.
Picture.
Why would you watch a
Why did
4-hour
her
movie
win?
about racism? What are you, the
Okay,
South?
I'll watch it.
Okay, you two. Okay, you two. Matthew,
Okay, you two.
Matthew, what did you pick?
I picked Full Metal Jacket and talked about how bad the second half is.
Okay, great. And
You know
yeah,
what? That's
everybody.
genius. Impressed. Yeah, I don't need to recap what I said about Go Girl. They heard it.
The premise of this show this week was that I was going to be fighting off many people because they all liked Mutiny on the Bounty more than I did. And we're just going to flip that because we're not going to be all fighting me. We're all, in fact, going to be fighting Spence. Jack, what's my rating for Mutiny on the Bounty? 4 stars.
What a goddamn
twist. Look at that, everybody.
I don't have to be here. I chose to be here.
Why would you willingly jump in front of Alex's bullet? You should have ran.
Wait, Alex, permission to roast you about private information?
What?
Permission to
So,
roast our
Alex,
private
do you care to
information?
explain what boosted it to a 4-star?
Yeah, we saw a worse movie that I also gave 3 stars to called The Informer, which sucked kind of.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I
It's
was
not
like,
good.
wait, this one all those awards? That can't be right. I gotta rewatch Mutiny on the Bounty. I thought that movie was fine. And then I rewatched it and I'm still not in love with the screenplay. But the performances are actually really good. There's like a full chunk. The star is actually because there's like a full chunk in the middle where I think the movie kind of dies, just like a little bit. And the stuff on Tahiti is not good. It's not good. It's bad, and
Hard
we'll discuss
disagree.
it here in a sec. Okay, go ahead, Coho. Defend me why a full scene of the chief of this tribe of Tahiti going. Excuse me, Adelaide. Hang on. The chief of the island going. Excuse me, white man. Would you like to stay here and live as my son? Go ahead, defend it. I'd like to hear you try.
I mean, the guy likes him. What's the problem here? He likes the kid. He likes the guy.
Ready. So we were so afraid of blackface not 2 weeks ago, and yet here we are. What are we doing?
Alex, you said at the top of the show there is a structure to the show. We can argue over Tahiti when we get there, but first, Ko needs to put on his alternate universe Daredevil glasses to spew some bullshit.
Yeah, that's right.
Did anybody see? I feel like we haven't talked about if Coho approved of my. All right, fine. We go to the Plot Boy segment.
Oh, sorry. No, what were you saying?
No, we go to the Plot Boy segment with Caleb Coho.
Oh, okay.
I did it better last week.
I wanted to hear whatever you were gonna say, but all right, we'll put on my.
Did you see last week's episode of the show?
I did not because I was in a car.
Explains a lot. Explains why you're not mad at me right now.
What do you mean why? Oh, I heard that we didn't do a Plot Boy segment and that I was.
No, we
That's
did.
true,
But
we did.
it was a very bad impression of you.
It was a great
okay.
impression. It was a
Very good
fantastic impression. Everybody check out
Okay,
last
see-
week's episode.
Here's what I was told by Matthew and Jack. Matthew didn't say too much because he's absolutely of the camp of snitches get stitches. Jack Pinchuk, on the other hand, is a Canadian FBI informant. And this motherfucker This motherfucker was like, hey, how'd it go? He goes, yeah, Alex did the plot and it was bad. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Oh,
And I was like, why? And Jack goes, well, I probably shouldn't say it. I just left it at that. And I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine.
that's all right. I got receipts.
As a dedicated host to this, I did see all of the first 10 minutes of last week's episode before my internet died, and I saw it. And you know what, Alex?
I'm with you, Scully. There you go.
Alex, it was a good impression. I wish you would do it.
Brilliant
every
impression.
It was.
I
yeah,
will actually
it
have
was.
to. I'll go back and watch the impression.
Oh no,
Also,
we're
I'm
pulling it
all
up.
right.
Don't be on
I'm pulling it
every
up.
Oh,
week.
we're gonna look at the impression here. Okay.
No, do your plot boy segment, and then we'll do last week's,
Okay.
and we'll see what was better.
All right. So the year is 1787, and Jachariah Pinchuk has never seen a tit. We are going to Mutiny on the Bounty.
What the fuck?
In the town of Portsmouth, England, there's what we call a press gang, and it means something very different in 1787 than it does in 2022. And a bunch of dudes go in a bar, and they force a bunch of people to go to sea. One guy's like, I'm gonna be a daddy, and he's like, doesn't matter, get your ass on the bounty. Then we go, and we find out later that man is an important person. Then we jump to a very lovely house where a dude's like, I'm going on the bounty because I'm going to write a Tahitian dictionary. And I went, that's a very fun collection of words to say. Tahitian dictionary. Say it with me. Tahitian dictionary.
Dick.
You're banned. All right, so now we're on the bounty, the HMS variety. Here we are, where we are introduced to the most despicable son of a bitch to ever put his two sandy toes on a beach. And that is fucking Charles Lawton as Captain Bligh. Fuck you, Thomas Scully. William Bligh is the captain of the HMS Bounty, and routinely the worst motherfucker to run a ship since fucking Davy Jones. This man I'll say Davy Jones is a better captain than Bligh. Davy Jones is a more gracious captain than Bligh, because Bligh beats your shit in. Davy Jones will save you from death for 100 years.
Charles Lawton won't like tentacle fuck your mouth though, so it's like give and take.
No. He tentacle fucks a guy's nose, and it comes out all of every other orifice of his face. Anyway,
That's right, yeah.
the craziest shit to happen in a PG-13 movie, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. All right, so which won Best Picture in 2007? We will cover it then. Anyway, they're off to the Pacific Ocean on a 2-year voyage. Fletcher Christian, the ship's lieutenant, played by the ineffable Clark Gable. And then the midshipman Byam, who is the fucker who's writing the Tahitian dictionary, is Byam. I forget his name. Francois Tone, I think. Anyway, Christian and Bligh, they're gonna fucking fight many times. I'm gonna like condense all the punishment that people go through because it's like 45 minutes worth of like people on the ship being tortured and hating Bligh. So go ahead.
Can I interrupt here and say that one person dies before they've left the docks?
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had not left yet, and the death rate on the crew was way higher than it should be for that point in time.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there's also the surgeon, who we fucking love. I love this surgeon boy. What a nice dude. He dies, but that's not until a little bit later. Lot of cool members of the crew introduced while they're being punished on this ship, and you hate Bligh for it. Anywho, we're going to fast forward all the way to Tahiti because I can't really condense all. I'm just going to condense torture to 45 minutes of this plot. Tahiti. It's a magical place. Phil Coulson comes up on the ship, knocks on the dock's deck, and says, "What's up? I want you to join the Avenger Initiative." But by Phil Coulson, I mean the Tahitian leader of the gang. Anyway, they get there, and Bligh's like, "Christian, you're a bitch. You're not coming to the island because the captain of the Tahitian tribe fucking loves Byam. He's like, Byam, you get to come and live with me and write your Tahitian dictionary, and it's going to be a great time." And Christian's like, "I kind of want to go to the island," and Bligh's like, "Fuck you, bitch. You're watching my ship. I'm not going to go to the island, which means you can't either." So yeah, you kind of get the idea that Bly is Bly. I just got thrown up by Scully. Fuck you, Scully. You threw off the Emperor's Groove. You kind of get the impression that Bly, when he first meets the Tahitian chief, that he gets jealous as soon as Byam is like his new boy. At least that's why I got. A little jealous. Byam, he's gonna go live with Hidi and his daughter, who they gonna get their fuck on. Those two into each other.
Do we talk about the TV stuff now, or are we gonna wait till after the plot recap?
We're waiting.
Talk about it now. No, talk about it now. Let's talk about it now. This is where we are in the plot. Let's go.
Okay. It's
the
bad.
plot is the skeleton by which we talk. We take detours to talk about it.
The Tahiti stuff is all bad. It's bad. It's bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's rough.
What's rough about it? Explain.
Any story which explores it's the magical non-white land where everyone is hot and wants to fuck me because I'm white just doesn't really work from a narrative standpoint.
I disagree that that's what that is entirely.
They literally swim from the. They haven't docked yet. They swim from the island to be like, are these white people? Holy shit! Let's see what they've got going on. They literally board boats. They board longboats. They don't just meet them at the hey. What's
this
up?
Isn't the first time that they've. This isn't the first time they've established that they have been like.
If this isn't the first time, then it's worse. If
no,
this
it's not.
The first time that they've seen these people.
The reason why. Worse. No, it's not, because they're going to see them because they're bringing them shit. They trade with these motherfuckers. That's the whole point. They're there to get shit from the white people.
They brought trinkets. That can absolutely wait until they're on land. What did the?
I mean, sure.
He got a hat. Exactly one hat. He didn't even get a collection of hats. The king sent one hat. They got pearls.
I mean, yeah. That's what he wanted. He wanted a hat. He didn't ask for 30. What the fuck, Alex? I'm sorry that you were like, Alex is like, I want 30 hats with my name on them, written in hand by the king, engraved. And the king's like, you get one hat.
That
is an Alex thing to do, though.
No, if the king knows me on a first name basis, he better send 30 hats. It is the official stance of this show. If you are friends with a member of the monarchy, whatever monarchy you happen to support, I personally have my favorite, but that's not, you can't, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, if you're on first name basis with the monarchy, yeah, they better send some hats.
Hey, wait,
I don't think they are. I think he just knows him as the dignitary from Tahiti. Like,
he says literally, King George said last time that he would be sending some hats if he couldn't
to Tahiti. He did not say Tahiti. He said I will send hats to the guy from Tahiti. That's lately.
Pull the footage. I don't actually remember. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this part. You're like getting lost in like specifics. We're like bringing up the overall general point that the stuff on Tahiti.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is your overall general point is flawed because you don't remember the movie. That's what I'm saying. Is you think they're like swimming in the no, they're on longboats coming out to greet them.
You can greet them on the dock. That's how every culture does it. Doesn't matter.
There's not a dock for a pirate ship that can't get more than like 30 feet to the island.
Why not? They've been there before.
Because it gets
remember, they've
Have you never watched Pirates of the goddamn Caribbean? Am I the only one taking fucking crazy pills?
I've seen Pirates. There's talks in the first Pirates movie.
No, I don't. The ships never get that.
Rewind.
Mr. Smith, what do you say? 3 shillings that we forget the name.
Remember the movie? His dinghy sinks.
Yeah, I play fandom too, Coho. I've seen those movies.
Then that's not the same thing, you fucking idiot. It's a fucking dinghy. That's not a fucking pirate ship. Ah!
I think don't we all have dinghies?
Okay, so Hidi tells Bly to suck an egg and tells Christian he can come to the island for one day. This I will grant you is that Meaty cannot speak English except for one word, which is yes, and she wants to fuck the dude.
I fucking hate that. That is disgusting.
That is part of my half-star ding. I think that is a little weird.
Jack Hitchcock, on the other hand, 5 stars, no flaws.
I never said no flaws. I said no serious flaws for me. I said no serious flaws for me.
Kirk Kawakowski hates that you exist. I want you to be aware of that.
Oh, I know. Cody Newberry hates that I exist. I'm sure my family hates that I.
Don't worry, Jack. Heedy would let you live as his son on his island as long as you're writing a Tahitian dictionary. Anyway, or banging his daughter, or banging this other chick that only says yes that they kind of know tangentially on the island.
It's important though, that you'd be living as his son, so you'd have to square with either the sister fucking or you'd have to make a decision on that right away. No,
are you cool with banging your non-sister?
Toho. That's
no, you're right. No, you're right, but it's not legally binding. They're not actually related here.
I have a question. Did he mean son as in you are now my adopted son, or did he mean son as in son-in-law because he would be marrying the daughter?
Either I think work. Anyway, we're moving on. So
it wouldn't be the first time we've had incest in one of these movies.
It's not though.
When we get to 2021, no, I'm kidding. I was gonna make an incest joke, and then I realized that's not what licorice pizza is. That's just pedophilia. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Christian is like, yo, bitch, I'll be back someday. Peace. I gotta go back to the fucking bounty where Bly's gonna ride my ass again. Bly is like, everyone needs to get out on this ship right the fuck now. And then Bacchus, the fucking surgeon, is like, I'm dying. I'm sick. And Christian's like, nah. You stay here. I'll fight for you. And then he gets back up there. And he's like fighting for him, and then the surgeon comes out and promptly dies on the deck of the ship because he uses all of his strength to save Christian's ass. What a brutal death. Yes. Anyway, then they cut water rationing, and all sorts of shit. He keeps doing a lot of bad shit, and then Christian's like, you know what? I'm done. And so he throws Bly and all of his loyalists in a boat. And then he goes down to check the rest of the shit, and Byam's still down there, and Byam's like, let me go. I don't want to be a mutineer. And he's like, fuck you. You're my friend. You're staying here, bitch. Exactly what would happen if me and Boatman were in this situation. So then Christian takes the bounty back to Tahiti. Byam is like, I can't believe you done this. We can't be friends. And then he marries Tahani, and Christian marries my Minnie, and has a kid with her, and they're living on the island. And Byam and Christian are like, yo, we're going to be homies again. And that's when the HMS Pandora pulls up on the island. And everybody's like, oh, shit, it's Bly. Oh, not Bly, because I think he died. But they're like, oh, shit, Mamma Mia, here we go again. Roll credits. That's when Byam and them are like, you know what? Let's get on. Let's go back to England. They get there, and they're like, hey, we're here. We're homies. And then clanged in irons, and then look up who's there. Bly, bitches. He's like, you thought you could kill me? I'm gonna kill you. Throws them all in the brig.
Bitch.
Exactly. Or they're on there, and Bly in that moment is the living embodiment of call an ambulance, but not for me, because those bitches are in the brig. Then the whole ship goes, the Pandora is lost at sea because Bly's a bad captain and puts everyone in longboats because it sinks, and they go back to England. And that is because they're out looking for the bounty, because Christian saw the Pandora coming, took all the people who didn't want to go back to England and his wife, and took the bounty, and they sailed off into the seas. And the Pandora was trying to find him, couldn't find him. Pandora sinks because Bly's a bad boy. And then they go back to England, and they get to England, and they arrest everyone, put them all on trial. Bly perjury. Bly perjures himself under oath. I want that made known. Motherfuckers lying under oath. And then they do the closing statement, and Byam like makes a really compelling point, and then they're all sentenced to death, and they all go back to prison. And that is until they're like, hey, we're actually going to like commute your sentences, and you're all like actually free to go, because like, but then the best moment in this entire movie, Bly's like, I'd like to shake your hand, Judge. And the judge's like, Bly, I will never take away the fact that you're a great captain great seaman is what he said. You're a great seaman because of your ability to navigate the oceans after being left in a longboat and getting home alive. I will always grant you that. But as a captain, and he turns and walks away, and you're like, fuck yeah, bitch, get fucked.
He basically treats him like Maverick and Top Gun. It's like, that's the best flying I've ever seen, but don't do it again. Where it's like, hey, you did a good job, but fuck you, which isn't like the best. Like, Like, don't inflate his ego. Just be like, hey, you're a bitch, and then leave. Like, don't beat him up.
But yeah, so King George III saves Byam's life by pardoning him. Then they're like, hey, Christian, whatever happened to him? And it cuts to him and his crew on the island of Pitcairn, an uncharted island off the map. And he's like, what's up, bitches? This is our new home. We're going to crash the boat on the beach because you can't dock a pirate ship on an island ever. We're going to beach this bitch, we salvage it, and burn it. And that's the end of the movie. They found their new home on Pitcairn Island. And they burned the HMS Bounty, and that is Mutiny on the Bounty. Thank you very much.
That was a good plot boy segment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Almost as good as it was last week's when I did it better.
Oh.
At least the
I'm not
impression
going
was
to be
better.
treated this impression.
All right, let's
I'm treated
let's
now
do some
to-
screen sharing. This is my
We go live
100%.
podcast to the podcast. Alex's impression. Spence, hit the song.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to Alex's Impressions, the podcast within the podcast. I am your host, Caleb Coho, or your announcer, Caleb Coho, turning it over to your host,
Flawless.
Alex, right here.
Hey, what up? Today we're going to be examining my flawless impression, probably, of Caleb Coho doing the plot boy segment. I never heard. The trick with impressions is you have to capture the spirit, the mannerisms of the person that you're impersonating. It is difficult if you don't have like a written thing down, because then you're just doing improv while also trying to make sure your jaw, inflection, and tone, as well as mannerisms. So you know, it really is a difficult as well as I've never been to where Ko is from, so I literally just have one reference point. So it's a little tricky, but I think you'll find under example and under examination that I think I did it all right. We go now to, I mean, it's an old recording, but it'll have to do for now. Yeah, taken from the It'll Happen One Night episode of a terrible show called Picture This. With the yelling at the dorks that missed this episode. We're closing with that bit. I don't care at all. All right.
I have to find a movie for Coho to yell about.
Oh, don't worry. That's how we're going to fill the airtime. Okay, boys. It happened one night. It's all about this newspaper reporter, right? And he just got fired because he's low-key bad at his job.
You know what? I take it back. A+. This is A+. A+ impression.
No, we did that.
That's an A+ version. Glad we did that. All right.
Okay, so
A+.
yeah, a couple of cleanup things from the plot of this movie takes place because of 2 50-pound wheels of cheese and some coconuts, 10 coconuts, I believe. Also, the deaths of like 4 dudes. Several people die, and like not of natural causes, like the
Discount
surgeon.
Alfred Molina's just a dickhead.
It's purely.
Discount Alfred Molina is how
He
you're going to
looks
refer
like Alfred
to
Molina.
Charles Lawton, one of the
He
greatest
looks like
actors of
Alfred
all
Molina.
time.
What the hell? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Spencer.
you literally casted
Charles
him for a
Lawton.
remake.
Charles Lawton, one of the greatest actors of all time, is just
Yeah,
discount character actor Alfred Molina. Fuck off.
No.
If anything, Alfred Molina is discount Charles Lawton.
Charles Lawton
Yes,
couldn't
the
do
reason
Doc Ock.
why. Okay,
Charles Lawton couldn't do Fiddler on the Roof.
He could do both.
okay. Full disclosure. Alex and I were having a discussion yesterday of who we would cast in like a modern remake of Mutiny on the Bounty, and Alfred Molina came up for Captain Block because we thought Alfred Molina could do similar things as Charles
He
Lawton.
looks like him. It looks like him.
Frank
He
Langella would be a
he
really
even
good
has
Captain
similar he has similar appearance and everything, but because we thought that Alfred Molina could embody some of the things that Charles Lawton is able to do in this film. And Charles Lawton is probably the better actor. I haven't seen enough of his films, but the 2 that I have seen, he's fucking incredible.
I'd also like to enter into the official record that I also selected Charles Dance for the role of Captain Bligh because I think he's also a very good actor. But also, if I could reincarnate, or rather reanimate Charles Lawton, I'd probably do that instead because that sounds fun too. I've always wanted to play a mad scientist. Anyway, so yeah, like we were saying before, that would weird tangent. This is about abuse of power and what your responsibility is in light of abuse of power. Christian is the second in command aboard the vessel. He's in charge of the crew. He does have to answer to Captain Bligh, which puts him in a tricky situation when abuse of power starts getting done. And look, he can overlook a murder. I think it's important that we talk about how Christian can overlook flagrantly killing a man and then beating his corpse in front of dozens, hundreds of people. That's fine. He broke the rules, but not giving guys water, I draw the line at not giving guys water. What I'm saying, the tone of this movie is admirable, but a little confused sometimes. A couple of times. It's not nothing wrong with that. We've seen worse movies. We saw, everybody remember Isaiah? I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. What I'm saying is we need to put it in its proper context. We need to agree that murder, killing a guy, is worse than not giving some guys water occasionally. Can we, as I usually make,
Yes, we can all agree with this. Yes,
occasionally. He was planning to
What
cut
if I
the water
shoot
rations
someone
the
with
entire
water?
year-long journey back.
I'm
That's
just
not
saying, can we
occasionally.
agree broad strokes for the official policies of the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
When I have to bring up why I didn't give it the extra star, I want it known that there are official and valid reasons regarding policy as to why we did not give it the full 5 stars. Jack, I think it's weird that you overlooked this, but we're not really. You're not on trial yet. You're not on trial yet, and I don't like our chances of putting you on trial for this because everyone seems to really like this movie. I also really like this movie. It's quite good. Stand-up performers.
Charles Lawton. There's
Charles
not
Lawton.
contact. Yeah, we could all
Yeah.
unanimously agree. Not only is Charles Lawton the stand-up performer, he's the best stand-up performer in a movie we've covered for Picture This.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I disagree in both senses. Hey.
Wow.
Okay.
So let's put
I'll
Spence
be
on trial.
honest.
Spence,
I
who
do
is-
too.
Yeah.
You guys both think Claudette Colbert last week was better than Charles Lawton in this?
I would say Clark Gable is worse than Claudette. It's Clark Gable in this movie below Claudette Colbert, but
I think Claudette Colbert's not the stand-up performer from last week. I think you all fucked up. I think Clark Gable is better in It Happened One Night than her by like solid margins.
no.
I think Clark Gable was the stand-up performer last week, and like he is not the stand-up performer this week.
God,
He is the second best this week, but he was the best last week.
If only you were here last week. I mean, it's just so rough. No,
I gave you all my shit to count.
Yeah,
But
we
Spence
counted
agrees
some of
that Claudette Colbert is also, so it's still.
it. You're vastly outvoted on that.
Fine.
I'll be honest. The only other performance that we've reviewed on this show that I would put above Charles Lawton as Captain Bligh is Charles Lawton as Henry VIII.
Right, but he's not a stand-up performer.
That is not. Yeah, we did not. We don't. That's a whole different other list. Charles Lawton as Captain Bligh is pretty darn good. I wish he had more opportunities to really ham it up. But what we got, it's pretty good. I think the yeah. Go ahead, Matthew. Do you have facts?
I have a fun fact about Charles Lawton playing this role, because in reality, he was terrified of the ocean and he was very seasick throughout a lot of the filming.
Oh,
That makes his performance even better.
yeah.
So he was genuinely that angry the whole time.
Would not blame
Who
him.
do I have to kill to get off this fucking boat?
Apparently, it's the guy that you beat to death whenever they died. Anyway,
Well,
that guy
murder,
actually
Yeah,
yeah.
give
died.
me water.
That
Yeah.
guy actually died.
That's what all the murders
Spence,
were
who
about,
is your
probably.
stand-up performer? Is it Clark Gable?
Yeah.
I mean, I love Clark Gable in this movie. I think he's better this week than he is last week. But I think he was the best part of last week's movie.
Yeah.
I think I would forget if I was mentioning our group chat or just Alex individually, like during the movie.
Hmm.
And it was like I was like, oh yeah, Lawton's good, not great for most of it. He felt very one note. And then I got after the mutiny, and I was like, and I saw more of his range, and like especially like his performance while he's like on the fucking dinghy, I think was like really good and sort of sold me more on him. I mean, I bought Clark Gable more. Like I think his stoicism can be very like old Hollywood, no range, just sort of like blandly. But like I think he sells it really well, where it made me invested in him.
I think it's wild to look at Lawton and be like, no range. But Clark Gable, Because like I think Clark Gable
again,
Gable in this movie
I-
Gable in this movie is not. I don't think Lawton's one note. I think Gable's one note, but I think Gable is doing that one note very, 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 very well. Whereas
Yeah,
Lawton has so much range that it's like Lawton, Gable, everyone else who's also really good.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I think like Gable, I would give an Oscar for Best Actor, and Lawton the Best Supporting Actor Oscar. If those categories exist and they were split, they should both have Oscars for this. But like, I think if in a year where they're in the same category and we have to make a decision, I vote Charles Lawton hands down every day of the week that he's the best performance in this movie. I think Charles Lawton legitimately, and for cross branding with YLS, which will be here on Wednesday, would have made my top 100 performances of all time list had I seen this before it. And probably in the top 60. Like I think he is incredible in
I agree. Absolutely.
Jack, you have 20 Lord of the Rings performances. Your opinion doesn't matter. Coho, I think that's insane. Like,
No,
He's incredible.
I don't have 20 Lord of the Rings performances. Shut the fuck up.
He has like
All right, let's bring
Hyperbole
up
doesn't fucking belong to the show, Jack. Have you been on here every week? You should know.
Yes,
this
I
is
have.
only hyperbole.
I have been on here
This
every
is
week.
only hyperbole.
Hey,
Anyway,
dorks,
should
it's
we
time
agree
to do
Charles
other
Lawton, right?
things. So we're gonna bring up the rankings because I think some of us have other things we have to do tonight.
We do.
It's 41 minutes already, so we're gonna bring up
Thank you, Alex.
the rankings that we need to do.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
The
sharing my
extra
screen.
credit this segment will be cut very short, as the people that saw those movies will just tell us where they are in the on the rankings. What are we starting
This
with
was
today?
a bad week for extra credit.
Bad
Let's
week
start
for
with The
extra credit.
Informer.
The Informer.
The Informer
sucks, kind of.
Kind of sucks. The fact that this beat Mutiny on the Bounty in like every category is genuinely fucking insane. It does not deserve actor, does not deserve screenplay, does not deserve director. John Ford officially can say should not beat Frank Capra for the record for best director because he doesn't deserve his first one. And I'll round it all out by saying the guy who won screenplay denied the Oscar over union things. He's the first person to decline their Oscar win. He should have just like kept declining it because fuck that win, bad win.
Why the
Okay.
fuck?
Jack must have
still
zoned
pissed
out.
off.
What is this ranking now?
This
Where
is
are we?
stand up
Oh,
performer.
seven more.
Bring it-
Charles Lawton number one over Barrymore for certain.
Absolutely.
I put him over
Matthew?
Barrymore.
Yeah, no. Here's
Yeah.
I will agree because the
That's
way
pretty-
this works, it puts him first, even though I think that Colbert should be first, but it's not how the power rankings work.
I also would have put Claudette Colbert over
John Dirk, yeah, like
Only both of or either of you
Lionel
were
Barrymore.
here last week.
the
That's
incest
crazy.
brothers, right?
It's crazy how the people that are on that week make the decisions. That's insane.
I was
Hi,
in
Matthew.
another country.
I mean,
Hi,
to be fair, I'm just saying my opinion. Anyway, I'm not too broken up about it because I don't think Claudette Colbert was the right choice for that movie, but still.
All right, so Charles Lawton in Mutiny on the Bounty takes the top spot, beating out Lionel Barrymore, and the rest. We're moving on. Don't zoom in. We're on such a time crunch right now. Did you save? Did you
Listen,
save?
there's
Yes, I saved it.
Okay.
Listen,
Get on with the. Oh God, the extra credit.
I don't think you did because it's not showing. But anyway,
I don't think you did.
No. Oh, yeah, I did.
okay, we're good. All right. Well, first, before we do that, Alex, I have a question for you.
Oh no.
Podcast within.
Spence hit the song. Or I was gonna do last week. Matthew hit the song.
I did it last week.
He did it last week.
Spence, you're back. Hit the song. Welcome to How Gay Was My Valley, the podcast of the podcast. I am your host, Caleb Coe. Today we're talking about how gay was Mutiny on the Bounty. Let's start. Spence, you seem like you have thoughts.
Okay, this should have been a 4. The reason is the 3.5, not genuinely, but sort of jokingly, but also sort of seriously. This movie should have been gayer. Like, it is a bunch of seamen beating each other off on a boat for like 2 hours. Where's the gay? This should have been gay. It's just really
I'm gonna
sad.
stop you right there. This is the one part of the show that I'm gonna interrupt you, Adelaide. There's one specific scene where there's a little bit of gay, and it's two
There's
men
barely any gay.
sitting underneath a banana tree, just eating bananas together, like real men do.
But were they making
Looking
eye
into each
contact?
other's eyes.
They
And for a
okay,
second,
you
you're like,
guys
eat bananas.
do it. Kiss. I dare you. Hey,
So that
you
at
should
least
go
puts
meet
it
my
over
parents.
Cavalcade.
You should go meet my parents, is what Clark Gable said. If I don't
True.
come back, Go meet my
All right,
parents.
we should bring up the How Gay Is My Valley rankings because I think what we can do is I think right now I would put it at the very least as the gayest Frank Lloyd movie by putting it above
we can
Cavalcade.
agree. It's not super gay. I think we work bottom
It's
up.
not gayer than All Quiet, but I think
It's definitely
probably...
not gayer than Cimarron.
I would put it above One Night Below Wings.
I think One Night.
Cimarron.
One Night is a little bit gayer. It's Frank Capra. Everything he makes is a little bit gayer.
I'm
I
above
also
It
put
Happened One
between
Night.
One Night Wings.
Yep, that's where I put it.
Here you go. Raise hand. Above It Happened One Night Below Wings.
All right,
No!
Boom! Fuck you, boy.
Real shame. That's where it goes. Mutiny on the Bounty has joined the top 5 below some other stuff. All right, what's our next thing that we have to do because we are on a time crunch and folks need support.
We did performers. We gotta do the. We should do the extra credit.
Jack, hit the clip.
Yeah. Okay.
We're testing him this week.
Extra credit.
So, The Informer, I would say
3 stars.
Well,
Not good.
Oh, I put it at 2 stars. I put it below
Fair
A Farewell to Arms.
Sure. I haven't seen most of these movies, so live your life. We've reviewed more extra credit movies than we have. Best Picture winners by a significant margin.
I haven't seen anything between The Divorcee and
someone
Bad
in
Girl.
the 50s.
I'm fine with putting it anywhere between The Divorcee and Bad Girl because I haven't seen any of these movies, but I like it more than Bad Girl.
I like it more than In Old Arizona and less than A Farewell to Arms. That's where I have it personally. So
You can put it under A Farewell to Arms. I'm okay with that.
That look good to you, Alex?
Yeah, sure. I didn't see either of those. But
Okay, perfect.
all right, and then we need Top Hat for Matthew. Matthew, we're gonna go to the Matthew
Top Hat.
segment of Top Hat.
Yeah, Top Hat is great. It's Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire musical. Miscommunication and mishaps ensue. It's great. It's a fun time. They're great songs, great dance numbers.
Where do you put it?
Scroll up. And if you scroll up,
Matthew.
Not the top. Not the top.
he's the only one that saw it. It doesn't matter if he wanted to.
Oh no, not over.
I'll put it at 5 solely because I haven't seen Skippy and because everyone else hasn't seen this movie.
I'll take that.
Fair enough.
Just to be a little more fair than like my own.
I do
personal.
not give a shit about Little Women, so I'll take
Top
that.
Hat knocks out Little Women of the top 5. Hepburn, no. It's all right.
Okay,
it's all right.
But here,
I'm gonna
Alex,
do
Alex, in like 100 weeks, we can push for Little Women 2019 to be the #1 extra credit movie.
Or
That's exactly what I'm going to be doing,
We
and
don't.
not one of you can stop me.
Yeah.
well, the 3 of us, Matthew, Jack, and I will push back on that.
Yeah.
I
We
said none
will
of you can
push
stop me
back.
from trying.
Hey, Matthew, me and you obviously know what the #1 extra credit movie of all time is going to be. We know what it is. We're going to talk about it later. We got this.
Yeah.
All right, and now for the best picture. This just
I'll start the bidding
bidding.
I'll start the bidding at #2. I think it's better than All Quiet on the Western Front. Not quite as good as It Happened One Night, but I think it's very close.
Our average rating is 4.2. It is. I think it is
What is
better
the
than
average
every movie
rating?
we.
I think for this one, let's be procedural. I think we should work top down.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Start at Cimarron and work our way up. All right.
No, I'm saying top down.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and starting with It
all
Happened
agree
One
on
Night.
the grade.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
better than It Happened
So
One
here,
Night, so
who-
I
who
would say
thinks it's
number
better
2.
I would be
Who
definitely
thinks better
under.
than Who think it's better than It Happened One Night? Just show of hands. All right, let's moving on. Who think it's better
Me.
than All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah.
1, 2,
3.
3. All right, so it's number 2.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Oh, that's not it. Mutiny. Where the fuck is it?
I'm so happy with this right now. #2 is exactly where I put this.
I'm fine with it being number 2, even though I think it should be 1.
And with that, It Happened One Night still hangs on to the 1 spot, just barely by a 3.5
As it
more very own
should.
returning Adelaide Spence.
Sort of.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Buddy.
I cannot wait to watch Frank Capra's second Best Director win this next week.
The blood war has started.
He won for Mr. D's Ghost of Town, which is the extra
Okay.
credit.
Oh shit! I should watch.
I didn't need to watch that.
That's the extra credit. Is for
Yeah.
me anyway. I'm only watching that one because that's the best director win, and it's Capra. So
We've already started taking
that's
sides. I love it. Yeah. So let's close this down because of reasons. We're done with. Yeah. Good. Did it say?
Closing statements from everyone.
Really, the rewatch helped. I'm still not like on board with that's great. That script was so good. Rabble. But you know, it was yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad I rewatched it. I'm glad the Informer put things into context. That's why the extra credit movies are so important because it gives us the context of what was going on in film at the time. This is a very boring year for extra credit, actually.
Yeah.
Next year we're picking up a little bit. Anybody else? Okay, great. So thanks for coming.
I was gonna.
Finish your sentence.
I'll give my final statements. I was just saying, I think this was a great movie. Mutiny on the Bounty is probably going to be a very high-ranking Best Picture winner for me, unless we get through like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and all of them end up being bangers. But I really doubt that. And like,
No.
I think Mutiny on the Bounty is great. It captures my personal sensibility, which is, you know, like if you know anything about me, Pirates of the Caribbean is like my favorite film franchise ever. Just give me like classic Pirates of the Caribbean style vibes. Great story, great performances, great characters. I loved it. And I'm excited to watch the extra credit next week. I'm not excited about The Great Ziegfeld at all.
3-hour movie, Suicide Watch.
It's not about pirates, Scully. There are no pirates in this movie. Anyway.
Oh, I will say, so all time, Mutiny on the Bounty is 26 out of 49 for me. So I can't wait to have a fight as we get later in the show. I'm like, dude, bump it down. Dude,
Can't wait to argue with you as it's like my number 10 all time out of like 50. Anyway.
Chicago.
And
The battle
with
lines
that,
have been drawn. Nothing from anyone can cook. Why are you guys even here? All right. So with that, we're gonna close this episode of this show.
I love the Matthew. He's just like, yeah, you know,
Be nice to the team that's worse than us, Alex. Come on.
And we're just gonna we're continuing on this horrid adventure that Coho has dragged us on. Tune in next week for The Great Ziegfeld, because legally that's what the show is. After that, The Life of Emile Zola, because that's what the show is. You Can't Take It With You should be fine. And then Gone with the Wind, which will be a nightmare. This 4-hour movie is going to be 9 hours long. Oh my God. Anyway.
Fuck.
Bye.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
This show is torture under maritime law.